Hello everyone, welcome back and welcome to my new subscribers. So thank you so much for joining me. I've had a little bit of a rush, which has been so lovely and so heartening. So I so appreciate you subscribing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so I am on doing my I cannot say this word. Hold on, let me get this thing. Ephemerimber. Ha, got it. So I've done these three and I'm up to the gold or silver ticket. And what I want to do for the gold or silver ticket is the last one I made was this one. And it's an envelope that opens and it also tucks behind. So what I think I'd like to do is I'd like to make a ticket to go into this one. So that is my plan for this evening. It's actually evening. It is 6 o'clock. My husband's at a meeting. My daughter's not home from work yet. And my son is about to go out to swim team. So that is and my dog is snoring next to me. So the gold and silver ticket. I have some Inca gold for gold, and I have some watercolor. Barbara, if you ever watch this is due to you. I have a little bit of gold bling. See you. Drive safely, love. I've got some fabrics and some fluff, and the fluff has some gold sparkle to it. I have some, well, don't mind the teacups, but I have some silvery snowflake charms that I may use. I'm going to use this as my background. I have a video that shows how I made this. This is just watercolor crayon and some salt, and I think a little bit of, no, maybe not. Maybe this is just watercolor and crayon and salt. It's got a little bit of a sparkle to it, but I think that was just because of what was left on the paintbrush. I want to use this as my focal point because one of the great joys that I have in the winter time is my bird feeders. I love filling the bird feeders, and we have cardinals, and we have chickadees, and we have titmice, and we have nuthatches, and we have some mourning doves, and we have sparrows, and we have a couple of very cute red squirrels, which is what made me think of it. Since there's a squirrel on that pouch, I thought I should have a bird to go with it. I've got an embossed piece of tracing paper. It's embossed with an embossing folder that makes it look like ice on a window. And I was thinking I might put some holographic embossing stuff on there. I grabbed this. This is a Tracy Fox Love Junk Journals printable. And it has this travel ticket and this item collection ticket, which I might tear out and grunge up a bit and use. But I'm not sure about that. And I've got some die cuts. I've got some snowflakes, some other snowflakes, and some greenery die cuts. So that's it. That's my plan. So let me start by cutting this down to size. So I'm going to have to bring my book back so that I know what size to make the ticket. We want it to fit in the pocket. So let me grab a pencil, and I think I'm going to make it fairly narrow so there's no struggle, and I need it to go in so that I can close that flap rather than having something that sticks out. Oh, that's convenient. It works with the size of if I take this off, it'll be the perfect height. So I have so been enjoying this Ephemerimber. I love watching seeing everybody's work on Instagram, and I've watched some videos on YouTube. And of course, Barbara and Louisa have been just so delightful. Louisa and her little letters make me giggle every time she pops up with another little letter. Hello, ladies. thoroughly enjoying this. Okay, so yep, so that is the general size. Let me grab my cutting thing. Okay, stop licking. This poor thing has food allergies, and I just switched his food. Yeah. In hopes that he'll be less itchy. Right, buddy? You good boy. Yeah, so good boy. He's a husky mix, and he's very, very sweet and cuddly and well-mannered, aren't you, love? Okay, so there's my basic tag. I'm doing an oversized tag, and I think I'm just going to trim this up. I am going to use my 5/8 inch hole punch to cut away the corners. I think I'm going to go, see how I've got the tip pointing to the other edge? I think I'm going to do that. Now that kind of looks tickety. So I'm just using the markers that occur naturally. Why isn't this going in now? There we go. On my punch. I know they're kind of holy. I can fix that. But then I guess holy is appropriate for winter and Christmas, huh? Sorry. All right. I have those scissors. Where are my other little, these other little squeezy scissors that are good for some fine cutting. And I'm just going to make those a little less pointy. And then actually, you know what? I could also simulate perforations on these edges with, you know what? Maybe I need this again because there is another hole. Isn't there another hole here? I think I'll go halfway in because that's easy to measure. I'll go halfway in over here because that's easy to measure. And I'm just eyeballing the middle. I really don't get fussed about precision measurements. I'm not a measurer by any way, means, shape, I just don't measure. Okay, so I am going to try and simulate the perforations by doing going halfway. Oops. Easier said than done, apparently. Halfway up. So I'm looking down into the hole and just seeing where, when the paper edge gets halfway across, to make what looks like little perforations on a very much larger scale. So how are you all? Hope your Christmas season is going well, or your Hanukkah season, or your holiday season, whatever it is that you observe, or just your winter. We had our first dusting of snow last night here in Massachusetts. Down where I am by the coast, it was mostly just rain and then ice. But then as we drove inland to go to work this morning, my husband and I commute together, we reached a definite line on the highway where all of a sudden there was a dusting of snow. And it was very pretty. I enjoy snow. I enjoy snow days. I don't mind making them up. It's amazing how exhausted everybody is and testy at work. I teach, for those of you who don't know, I teach at a high school. And teachers are short-tempered and students are short-tempered. And this next vacation really can't come soon enough. We've been having fist fights after school and, ugh, just all kinds of unpleasantness. Okay, so that is my faux ticket base. I like it. I am thinking about inking the edges, but I'm being indecisive about what I want to ink it with. Do I want to go with vintage photo, or do I want to go with icy? I think I want to go with icy, and I really like tumbled glass. Pardon me, for an icy effect. I realize this is green, but that's okay. The woods are green. And ice is, you know, winter is white and blue. So that's what I want to do. Let's see. And then I'm just going to build up some layers and collage, I think, on this. Yeah. So my birthday's coming up, or early next week, and Christmas is coming, and my mother-in-law asked me to make a wish list. So I made a wish list of all the crafty things that I want, including a glass disc mat. And it is, I know it's here. I know it's here. It's so hard for me to not to like go open it up and put it out. I can't wait. I'm very excited about one of those Tim Holtz glass mats. All right, so I think I'm going to save the splatters. I'm not ready for splatters yet. What do I want? Where's that, my pile of things? I moved everything. Ah, this is what I'm looking for. I think I want some of this. And I'm just tearing it around the edges, just for a more organic look. When you tear around the edges, it kind of follows the pattern of, oops, as I say, it follows the pattern. I guess we're going to tear it there. There we go. And I think that's more than I want, but I'll leave that for a second. And I think I also want some of this greenery. I have trees, but I think what I really want are these kind of branches to come in. Come in from the side. So that birdie, where did my birdie go? I put my birdie to the side to be safe. So that branch is coming in from that side. So maybe I actually want the greenery coming in from this side to be behind the birdie and the... So there is a right side and a wrong side. So I really love these die cuts, but they are extremely fiddly and hard to get all of the little bits that are supposed to come out. Very hard to get them all out. Excuse me. Pardon me. Okay, so I think there's a textured side and a less textured side. I think I'll do that. And let's see what else is in here. Here's like a holly leaf. And then maybe something of a different color. I don't think I have that lighter green. I was just looking to see if I had that kind of in-between green. I don't think I do. So I will do this one. And let's see, there are all these little pokey outy bits that aren't poked out. But it is a lovely, lovely die. And I don't have it out right now. And even if I did have it out, I don't keep the packaging. Sorry. But it's a Sizzix Tim Holtz like evergreen kind of a die. Maybe that can go up the side, and that can come from the side there, and then this can come like that. That's kind of bendy. Okay. I want the holly to go like that. There we go. Something like that. And then some snowflakes. I've got these snowflakes. So some of these have already been, whatchamacallited. I used a stamp to stamp and then heat emboss. That is the word I'm looking for. Maybe I'll do that. Is there another shiny one or shinier one? These are from last year. I made these last year. This is also a Sizzix die, I believe. And I think I used most of the ones that I heat embossed because they're sparkly. And who doesn't like sparkly? Okay. So that's those. And I think I'll tuck that one underneath there. Okay, where's my birdie? I know I'm going to lose that bird. Okay, this bird, I have not so much fussy cut as kiss cut. And I think I want to get it a little bit closer than I had it. I don't mind a little bit of an edge because I can ink that. So I have this white picket fences. Now, what is this? Yeah, this is Picket Fences Distress Stain. Does this come in a pad? Do you guys know a Distress ink pad like the rest of the, the Tim Holtz pads? I don't know. I don't know that I've seen it in any other form other than a Distress ink. Picket Fences. If you know of that and could leave a comment below, I would appreciate that. Because there are just some times where I suppose I could use gesso. Would be interesting to see a white oxide though, wouldn't it? All right, so now it's just me and Kenai, the dog. Sammy went to swim team. He's all excited because he is in the AFS club. I think it's AFS. Where they do exchange kinds of things. And he and his fellow AFS club members are taking a bus down to New York City tomorrow. And they're going to go take the ferries out to Ellis Island and the Statue of Liberty, which is extremely cool. We have relatives, ancestors who came over through Ellis Island. So I was there years and years and years ago. I was also there when it first opened. But I was there after that. And they had kiosks where you could like type in a name. Yeah, I think something like that I'd like. But this is very plain to me. Gold. I'm supposed to be doing gold. Do I have any gold? I do have some gold heat embossing. But I can do flicks of gold and I can do edges of gold. So we have gold and silver. Okay. What do you think? If I take this apart, am I ever going to get it back together? That is a really interesting question. Let's see. So my thought is that, where am I going to put this so it stays safe? Off to the side here. My thought is that I really liked, I have some holographic embossing stuff. So this is my little tray of embossing. This is the holographic powder that works really well for winter. This is Snowflake tinsel, which is lovely, but when you use this, it's opaque when it melts. I have triple thick. I do have some gold. I wonder if I could sprinkle that in along with the holographic. Got black, on some green, some antique linen, rusty hinge. This is a pretty color. Leaf green. Not quite for right now. Okay. So those are my embossing powders. And then for my, so I need a piece of paper to catch all the extra stuff. And I had one here a moment ago. Here it is. Use that to catch. And then I need some Versamark. I have Versamark. I also have these. I have these embossing pens, which work quite well. Where's my other ones? They come in the white, that's a brush, and then this one is, I also have, they're both Ranger products. I have these as backups because they don't last all that long, but they work very well for coloring in fine details that you want to have embossed, heat embossed. But I don't think I want fine details on this. I think I want kind of like a general sparkle. So I'm just going to go over this with my Versamark. And if it gets on the ridges, great. If it gets in the valleys, fine. It doesn't really matter too much where the stuff lands. Okay. So that's Versamark. And then I'm going to do a whole bunch of this stuff, which is a lovely holographic translucent when it dries, so it looks very icy. Doesn't that just look like, I mean, even before it's heated, it looks like that fresh fallen snow, really cold, fresh fallen snow. And then my thought was, okay, here, let's put this in here. Put that back. And then what would happen, do you think, if I just sprinkled some little bits of the gold here and there around? Think that'll work? I have no idea. I'm going to try. So this is Recollections Gold Ore. And the last one was Holographic. Here, let me show that to you. Holographic embossing powder by Ranger. Okay, here is my heaty tool. If you don't like heaty tools, and I don't like the sound of heaty tools on videos, you can fast forward because I'm not going to edit it out. Because I'm bad at that. Okay, that just hangs on a hook over there, so it's always ready to hand. So I think all of the gold flew away. I don't think that, I don't think I got any of that. In fact, I think a lot of the, hold on, let me get a baby wipe. I think I've got everything covered in a little bit of glitter. That's okay. It's pretty. Even if it's not exactly what I thought, it's still pretty. I love snow. I know I already said that, but I do love snow. I'm ready for like a totally inundation of snow. I like a couple of those a year. We usually get a couple. We already have had two like kind of emergency days off of school this year from, we had a late storm that was not a hurricane, but was a hurricane. Had hurricane force winds and all kinds of power outages and terrible damage. Trees down, boats torn from their moorings. Our sailboat sustained some damage. So, yeah. Oh, my shirt's covered in it now. All right, that's all right. Okay, so let's see how this looks. Let's slide this back under. Yeah, that one was, you know what? I don't think I embossed the snowflake. I definitely die cut it, but I think it already had the silver on it as part of the paper that I bought. Now that I'm remembering, I told a tale. Apologize. That was there. That was under. I think I need to keep it in the confines of the edges of the ticket so that it slides into that pocket pretty well. And this I'm going to have go here. And this I'm going to have go here. Something like that. Now, of course, I'm thinking, oh, I wonder if I should heat emboss the greenery. Let me ink the birdie first. I'm going to ink the birdie in that same blue so that she, or he, I guess in this case, this is a daddy cardinal. Looks like it's part of the cold wintry landscape. Isn't it amazing if you think about it? These birds live, these tiny little creatures live outside year round. It's pretty amazing to me that they can survive nights where I would not. So I like feeding them. I feed black oil sunflower seeds, and we have a couple of different feeders. We've got one that you can see from the dining table. We have an in-kitchen dining table. And it's lovely to sit there and have a meal and watch the birds eating as well. We were there one morning recently, and the squirrel was there, and the sun was, so we look out the window here, and then there's a little bit of a side yard, and there's a fence, and the feeder hangs from this fence, and the sun was coming in, and so the squirrel has kind of draped himself over the fence. He was basking in the sun. It was quite cute. Okay, I like the blue because it's picking up the other blues in here. I think I do want to make these a little bit more wintry. But I think I'm going to glue down these bits because this curly thing is annoying me. So I'm just going to grab my art glitter glue and see, is this the bit, what do I want sticking out? I want as much of that sticking out as possible. So like so. Okay, that's all right. I'm just gonna go for it here. Okay. Committing. We're just gonna commit. Because again, this is just for me. for my enjoyment. Okay, so that's going to go there. I'm going to do this one at the bottom. Sorry, requires focus. Like that. This one went on top and that one went on top. So now I just want to glue this down. It's kind of a shame that I'm losing all that really nice texture, but so be it. If I move this up, I can get a little bit more of that texture. Oh, it's good. I'm not going to overthink it. Okay. So are you all done with your Christmas shopping? I'm mostly done. So my daughter's birthday is on, let's see, Saturday. We're having some of her friends over tomorrow night for dinner. And something else is happening Saturday. And we have the barn Christmas party on Sunday. But horse barn, where she works. She's a horsewoman. And yeah, I can't believe she's turning 20. That's really pretty mind-boggling. I don't feel old enough to have adult children. And then my birthday's on Monday. But what I was going to say was I have to, once I get through her birthday, my son's birthday just turned 18, was this recently in November. And once I get through their birthdays, then I feel like I can really focus on Christmas. And I have a bunch of stuff that I've got, and I still just kind of throw it upstairs in my closet. And I kind of lose track of what I get. So after the birthday, I'm going to take everything out. I'll lay it on the bed. I'll figure out if I have like even amounts, which I know is silly. They know they're grown-ups. They're not fussed about if one person got more or less than the other person, but I still do it. I think I always will. Yeah, I think I want that like that. So yeah, so I'll lay it all out, and then I'll have to figure out if we still do stockings. So I'll lay out the stockings for them and figure out if I think I need like some candy. I need some like little consumables, like maybe some candy canes and some lifesavers, things like that. My son really likes gummies. My daughter likes chocolate. I was watching Barbara's show, and she has that Haribo gummy bear advent calendar. I've never seen that before. My son would love that. But we have a Lindt chocolate one for each of them this year. But they both were saying that I just got the really cheap one last year. They said they really appreciate having the Lindt chocolate this year. Okay, so I'm liking it. Okay, so now these, I would like to add a little snow effect onto these, and I can show you how to use that marker, right? Okay, so these are all going like this, right? Or did I want this one like this? I wanted that one like that, this one like this. So then the way this works, let me grab the, not the holographic one. Let me grab the tinsel. Snowflake tinsel. And my pen. And with this one, with something fine like this, you can see this one's seen better days already. You can just kind of paint on the parts that you want to have. So you don't have to have, you can have just the edges. Doesn't have to be entirely covered in, you can have partial, you know, kind of like wind-driven snow. Doesn't land equally. So then, I take my stuff, my goop, give it a liberal application. Because I don't remember where I put it, but it doesn't matter because I'm gonna toss it back in there anyway. So let's see, how did this? Yeah, that'll do. And this, yikes, that'll do. It's just to give it a little sparkle, a little feel for, not to cover up the green, but just to look like it's been snowed upon. Oh, I just spilled that, didn't I? Oh dear. I really shouldn't be trusted with glitter. But look how pretty it is. I have tremendous guilt associated with glitter because of microplastics. Ah, excuse me. I dropped my thing, this. Yeah, it's a love-hate relationship. Okay. Now take my little friends here and there we go. See, it's turning opaque. And as it turns opaque, it also puffs up a bit, I think. So there's that one. And there's this one. And finally, the holly. There we go. Nice and wintry. Okay, so let's see if we can place this. The puppy's having a dream. Can you hear him woofing? So cute. He's a very active dreamer, this one. And then, yep, and then the birdie. How do you want to place the birdie? Just in there like that. Okay, so this is going to be a tricky gluing thing. Right, because that's how I want it. So I'm going to keep my thumb right there. I'm gonna, I think this isn't sticking. That's unusual. I was thinking I could tack down a part of each one, get it properly tacked, and then I could go through and do the rest of the bits. It doesn't seem to want to stick, which is ironic since it's art glitter glue. Okay, just needs a little convincing, I think. Oops. So that's got to stay under like that. And that's going to stay like that. And then Birdie is going to stay like that. I'm going to do underneath the log there, the branch that he's on. Sorry, that's a papa. There is sexual dimorphism in cardinals. The males keep that nice deep red color, and the females, the females, it's been a long day. The females are a much more drab color. So they're kind of a sparrow in the sparrow family, and the females are going to be the ones that incubate the eggs. So it's a whole lot more advantageous for the females to be somewhat camouflaged, so they're not attracting attention to their nest, while the males are going to defend their territory from other males. So if they need to attract females, and their coloration is a signal of their vigor and stamina and health. And where she's going to be reliant on the males for food while she's incubating the eggs, she wants a nice bright red papa to take good care of her. Right? Okay. It's interesting. The art glitter glue is not really fond of sticking to the substrate there. Okay. So I like this. I just have to work on getting it tacked down properly. So I'm going to do my leaves here. Leaf, stem. Guess I have to be a little bit generous with the glue. It's going to be sticky at the end of this. But yeah, I really like how the, maybe I should switch. This glue is just not doing what it normally does. That's so interesting. Usually very reliable. I do have some Fabri-Tac. It's actually kind of like half Fabri-Tac, half 3-in-1. Because I just refilled it. See if this works better. On, let's see, I can put it on this leaf. Oh, that I had glue on it and it wasn't sticking. I'm just going to go in here and be kind of profligate with my glue. And then I'll mop up extra with my none of this is really wanting to stick very well. I am surprised. I don't have my glue gun anywhere at home because I rarely use the glue gun. Because as I shouldn't be trusted with glitter, I should be trusted even less with the glue gun. All right, so let me just get this down a little bit better. And then we need a little bit more gold. We need some gold splatter and some gold edging. And I think we need some white splatter too. Stay down. That's so interesting. It's just not interested in staying flat. Okay, well that one worked. I'm very surprised. Neither one of these glues do I usually have a problem with. They're usually very reliable. Huh. I wonder if it's the, must be the embossing stuff. Okay, so we do need some fibers and we need some sprinkly stuff. So I have some leftover, this is watercolor paint. This is the Van Gogh watercolor paint, and I was thinking that I should be able to reanimate it, but it doesn't seem to want to, does it? Huh. All right, that's okay. I can add a little bit more. There we go. No harm, no foul. Let me put that away and get a little bit of water in there. I need a little more water because I want some fairly thin splatters. There we go. Okay. Let's see how this goes. Oh, I should protect His Majesty there. I don't really want gold splatter on him, just on the page. There we go. Some gold splatter. And then I think I would also like some, get the excess off there. I would also like some of my Distress Spray Stain picket fences. Oh, that was more than I wanted. There we go. And it's always a good idea to wipe this off because it does clog if you don't. Now, is he going to look odd because he's doesn't have any splatter? I think maybe just a little bit of white, maybe? Can I do just a smidge? All right, that's a little more than I wanted. Here's my paper towel. There we go. Okay. Liking that. Now, where is my Inka Gold? Oops, I just lost my bling. I have some bling as well. Some gold bling. And I do want to figure out how to do some fibers on this. So I can just, I think I'll just do a little bit of gold edging. And I know I inked it, but that's okay. I like the gold. This is Inka Gold by Viva. Get it on Amazon. Sorry, I was holding that away. Yeah, I'm liking that. Kind of a messy. I didn't start out for wanting it to be messy, but I like it. Okay. And I'm thinking of putting in keep losing my baby wipes. Thinking of putting in a hole someplace so I can hang some fibers and a charm. I could also wrap it in one of those little notches. Let's try that. Let's try wrapping it in a notch with some fiber. I'll just wipe that up before it becomes permanent. Okay, I know this is going on a little long. We're almost there. We are really almost there. So I have this. And what if I wrapped on one of these notches so as not to cover up the bird, but not to cover up the other stuff either. I like that. Do I want to do it again to a separate notch? If I come around to a separate notch here, then we can have the that kind of like little crisscross over bit. Okay. So I can use two of the notches of the perforations for the edge of the ticket that we made. And I think I can go under this one. If I go under this one, I will raise the crossover like this. And then I can tie a bow. And wait, I have an idea. I have it. It's coming. Nope. I can tie a bow. Let's try that again. Take two. Tie the bow like so. Oh my gosh, I'm liking that. And then I'll take a little bulb pin and a snowflake charm. What do you think? I don't like that one very much. There's this one. This one's pretty. I like that one. Let's do that one. And a snowflake charm. I didn't use the bling. That's okay. And I'm just going to use the bulb pen. And it's going to go through there. And then I'm going to go through the loop of the bow. Close that down like that. And there you go. Voila. We have a silver and gold ticket. Yay! Oh, I'm pleased with that. Thank you so much for hanging out. If you stuck with me this far, I appreciate it. If you could, please click like and subscribe and leave me a comment. I hope you're having a great evening and I hope you have a great weekend. I'll talk to you soon. Stay safe. Bye-bye.